assigned to the stringteaching.com project. We're going to be doing an overhaul of it, basically. So our team consisted of me, the team leader, Scott Carlton, Chris Plitkins, and Paushi Wang. And they are assigned to graphical design and PHP lead, and Paushi is assigned to quality assurance. Unfortunately, they couldn't be here. Paushi has some other things he had to do. I don't know where Chris is, but that's short. Our client was John Michel. He's a music professor here at CWU. He teaches mainly cello. That's his focus. And he is the founder of the Internet Cello Society. Faculty advisor is Dr. Razvan Andoni. He's sitting back there if you don't know him. He's also a professor here. You should all know him. So just to go over the presentation, we talked about the requirements, then the demonstration portion. I'll go over quality assurance, risk analysis, then there'll be a conclusion, and then a short time for question and answers. So our project requirements consist of gathering requirements from our client, which you show them. And we decided to use the process model of Scrum, which is an agile development process. We would have daily meetings at 2 o'clock in Headler 218, and this allowed us to have iterative development. So if we got new changes from the client, we could implement them quickly and effectively, and mostly gather feedback quickly. That was the main focus for this choice. So the problem was the stringteaching.com website was using a real player video player, and it wasn't working. If you guys played around with real player, it's not the best solution. You have to download real player. It's kind of a pain. The videos were kind of loading slow. Actually, they weren't loading at all on his website, which was another complaint that he had. And there was no user interaction. So when people went to the site, they could watch videos. They would learn things, even though none of it worked at the time. But that was all they could do. They couldn't interact with it. And the client wanted a different product. So our solution was to redesign it from the ground up. It's going to be focused this time on user interaction. So users will be able to upload, comment, rate, and explore the whole site. And the main focus was he didn't want to maintain it. He's a professor here. He has a music career playing cello. He doesn't have time to focus on that. So that was the main part of our solution. After talking with him for a few weeks, we gathered around 5 or 6 functional requirements, and they're listed here: the user registration and login, upload exercises, both audio and video format, with places for the users to comment and rate and like. Think of YouTube, but it'll be focused on exercises where people will learn how to play string instruments. So I talked about the comments and ratings, and we discussed a recommender system, seeing as this project wasn't extremely difficult. So that's one of our requirements, is to recommend videos to users. After they browse the site for a while, on their profile page, it will show them videos that they would like, they would most likely be interested in. And then the last thing is social network compatibility and a forum for people to talk. Everybody likes integrated things now, logging in with Facebook, logging in with your YouTube account. He thought some of those features would be nice too. Our non-functional requirements, as I talked about, the very little administrative maintenance, attractive page layout and field. Everybody's used a bad website. It's not nice. He wants us to convert his old video. Possibly he's going to reshoot video and give us that, and we're going to have to gather that. So we've broken this down into 5 iterations. Our first iteration was about 90% completed this quarter, which I'll talk about later. So that was based on the layout, and uploads, and logging in and logging out. For our iteration 2, which will be the next quarter, it's going to focus on user comments and ratings. And iteration 3 on forums, iteration 4 recommender system and searching, iteration 5 on social networking features. So our design is a website. That's pretty simple. It's going to be using HTML and PHP pages. So that's what the user's going to see. That's the end product. Behind the scenes, there's going to be PHP functions with our database accessing. Then there will be JavaScript code for validation, and the database where it will store the uploads and comments and everything the user is putting into the site. Here's a diagram of our database. It's a SQLite database, and currently we have 3 tables, users, uploads, and comments, with the fields shown there. Okay, now I'm going to give you guys a quick demonstration of what we have for our first iteration. So this is the basic layout of the site so far. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's not black, it's a wood grain. This was a request from the user. It's supposed to be a cello. It's not wood grain. So what you can do is you can come on here, and obviously there's a main page. This isn't functional yet. Our solution will have featured and highly rated videos on this page, but it's not implemented yet. So a user can register. You misspelled presentation. Oops. Take them, thank you for registering, and then go back home. And then log in. I just spelled something, sorry. I will log in with my account. It'll take them to the home page. Unfortunately, something went wrong with the CSS right now. So they have a profile page. This will show where the users' videos have been uploaded, what they've uploaded. It's not fully implemented yet. It doesn't have ratings. It will eventually show comments of what they have. And then above, you can upload a video, and I will show you that right now. The way we have it set up right now is you go to YouTube and you grab a link, put in a title, you give it an instrument. This is a cello exercise by our instructor, or by our client. You can give it a tag. It's what we use for the recommender system. And we'll upload it to our site. So then you can go to the cello exercises, and you can see the video listed here, and watch it in our page. I need to watch it now. So that's our current progress of what we have. So now I'm going to be talking a little bit about quality assurance and risk analysis. As I talked about before, we've had weekly client meetings. This is to ensure quality and what the client wants out of the project. Our testing involves a lot of the client. We'll be deploying iterations to the actual website when they're completed, and talking to him in the following weeks to see what he likes, what he doesn't like, if there's any bugs he found. Another thing for testing is browser compatibility. We want to make sure it runs on all browsers, and eventually we would like it to run on mobile browsers eventually too. And then for testing our HTML, we use the W3C markup validation service. It's featured in the Firefox extension. Our standards, our documentation, we're using a Bitbucket repository to store all of our updates. And we'll be using block header comments in our HTML and PHP code. And the coding standards are here using 3 space tabs, no spaces between after the functions. So our risk analysis consisted of 5 major things. We want to focus on, or we're concerned about customers' needs changing, but that will be handled by our Agile Scrum development process. Team member not completing work is a major thing. It hasn't happened at all yet, which is great, but that could be a major factor. Absence or loss of a team member could also hurt the team, as you see now. This isn't ideal, but a loss of corruption or code is a major risk, though a lot of us, in fact all of us, are working at home, so we will all have a backup of the current iteration on our home PC. So we have at least 3 copies there, and then it is backup also on Bitbucket. Another risk is running out of time, although it should not be a factor. complete. We are nearly done with that. So iteration 1 will be completed over the break. We'll validate the user input and refactor the code for some of the weird naming input and testing purposes. And that's all I have. So does anybody have any questions? Yeah.
Yeah, so you said you're using Bitbucket, but this only has one copy. Is it not do version control?
It does handle version control, yeah.
But you're not using it?
We haven't had to use it yet, but it is available if we need it. Yes?
Okay, if I understand correctly, each of you will work from home or whatever on his computer.
Yes.
Why do you not use a repository for the source code? I don't understand this.
We are using a repository, the Bitbucket repository.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense. Thank you.
Any other questions?
So, I don't totally understand this. Anybody could log in and use this system?
Yeah, that's the, for the website.
Yeah.
Yeah, anybody that would like to log in and upload videos.
And so is there any way that there's going to be control or maintenance of what gets put on the site? I mean, that could be a big problem.
Yeah. One thing I've personally thought about is verifying their YouTube account before they upload a video. So to ensure that it's that person that is uploading and not, somebody uploading whatever they want.
I
We
guess
haven't completely solved that.
that's not sufficient. If somebody uploads copyrighted material, for instance, let's not talk about other type of materials, then whose responsibility is it to check the content of the website? Because this is a university website and you may actually create problems.
It's a client's personal website. I still understand the
Well,
problem
you should
of
discuss that problem.
copyright, but yeah.
Right. So just I don't know how much you thought about this, but you got 4 more iterations to do. Can you kind of, in my mind, have you thought about what those milestones will be next?
Yeah. You mean what they'll contain?
Yeah, when?
When?
Yeah.
Generally 2 weeks apiece.
2 weeks.
Yeah. Is there any other questions? Yes.
So with your quality assurance, you ever talked about any sort of automated approaches to testing, like with respect to unit testing? I know there's a number of web frameworks that we're actually testing web pages. Are you considering using those if you decide not to?
We haven't actually looked into that. We are using the HTML, WC3 HTML validator, but that's
Yeah, but there's a variety of tools that actually test usability and sort of system level testing of websites.
we have not looked into that.
Okay, that may be something you want to consider. Makes your life easier, possibly.
Anybody else?
One question. Do you feel that in terms of your skills, you have every skill, not you personally, all team, all skills needed to do this, or you need to build some other skills?
I think we have all the skills. Me and Chris have taken the web development courses here, the year-long courses. So we've learned quite a bit about it already. We're pretty confident that we'll be able to meet all the